Hello, thank you for stopping to watch my video. I want to teach you how to save U.S. taxes legally. If you are a U.S. investor, U.S. business owner, U.S. franchisee owner, U.S. entrepreneur, or U.S. 1099 income earners, you need to listen to this. The Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS tax code 643B. Comes from England, way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wife's head, started the Church of England. Murder a few ladies, start a church. He was broke, so he went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. And they went back to the 13th century, the Magna Carta, and said, "Oh, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law." It came to the United States while we were still a colony of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. So we're in 2026 right now. It's 353 years old. Our current tax structure that we are under went into effect February of 1913. It's only supposed to be around for a few years, but we got involved in World War I. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they could save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and my personal story, so you have it. I became a real estate investor in late 2018 when my mom got sick. My watershed month was October 2018. Three major things happened. I'm living in Phoenix, Arizona, working as a Medicare broker. If you know anything about Medicare, open enrollments from October 7th to December 5th. My oldest nephew is getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina. I had the time saved up, and I requested the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding off because I had friends and family coming in from all over the world. They said no. Ooh, didn't like my job that much in the beginning and hated it even more. Second thing that happened, my 3-week-old, brand new Hyundai 2018 Hyundai Veloster with a moonroof. You need that in Phoenix. I'm driving to work on Indian School Road to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Second car through on a green light. Some idiot runs the red light, T-bones me on my passenger side. He has no insurance. I'm upside down. Well, actually, I had the paperwork for gap insurance sitting on my kitchen table because I had 4 weeks to fill it out, and it was only 3 weeks old. Oh boy. I'm upside down on my auto loan, and I had to get a second car. Third thing that happened, my mom and dad, who lived in Goodyear, Arizona, 25 miles west of Phoenix on I-10, drove from Goodyear to Charlotte for the wedding. My dad calls me Thursday before the wedding to say my mom's in the emergency room. He's not sure what's wrong. Don't change my flight. I still work until 8 o'clock the night before, Friday before the wedding. Take a red eye from Phoenix Sky Harbor to Charlotte Douglas Airport. Land at 7:20 in the morning. My nephew who's getting married and his younger brother and my dad are there to meet me. We go to IHOP for breakfast. The two boys go back to the house, and my dad takes me to the hospital to see my mom. And I walked in, and the priest was giving my mom last rites. I was not ready for that. It ended up that she had septic of the blood. It got into her pacemaker. She had to have open heart surgery, have her old pacemaker taken out, her new pacemaker put in. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital 15 months. Thank God she got better. She came home. The only thing she was missing was 13 months of her memory because she was basically induced, but she did get better. I was going out to their house. My dad stayed with her in Charlotte at my brother's house, visiting her every day at the hospital. I was going out to their house once a week to do the mail. First week of December, there was a letter that was 27 pages thick. It was my mom's Medicare statement for going to the emergency room, and 1 month on the ventilator was $72,000. I'm not worried. My dad's retired military. Everything's being paid for. I'm standing in their kitchen, and I have a $10,000 deductible on my health insurance. When I was in my car accident, I asked everyone, please don't call an ambulance. I can't afford it. I have 2 car payments, 1 car. I have a mortgage. I have student loans because I went to graduate school. I hate my job, and I needed to change my life. My friend Glenn had invited me to a real estate meeting back in August of 2018, and I said to him, Glenn, I have to put this on hold while open enrollment's happening. I called him, and he's like, Sally, next Saturday we're having a Christmas potluck dinner. Bring a $5 gift, some food, and meet my fellow real estate investors. Okay, I know Glenn and Rhonda. They're friends of mine. Oh no, they're not going to show up until 9 o'clock that night. So I go over to the party at 6 o'clock in the evening, meet some normal human beings, very nice people, have a really good time. In 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties nationwide, paid off $184,000 in debt. Woo-hoo! I'm a rock star, and I have $50,000 in my bank account for short-term capital gains. I thought I was a rock star. COVID struck, everything shut down. My 3 properties I owned didn't pay me on April 1st. No money's coming in. On April 4th, my CPA calls me to say congratulations. Congratulations! I made so much money in 2019. My tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and I owed the federal government $94,000 in short-term capital gains. I cried myself to sleep that night. Now, a great book to read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I wake up the next morning and I know I had read an article about the Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust. I also knew I was going to take a HELOC off my paid-off house. Defeats the purpose of having a paid-off house, but I needed money. And I got both things accomplished that day. I spent 5 months researching the Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust. In September of 2020, I started both my business and my beneficial Spendthrift Trust. I also sent an email to the gentleman who ran my Phoenix real estate investing group saying I would like to run a mastermind. I made an agreement with him that he's going to get paid for every trust I sell in the group. Well, fast forward 18 months later, I invested with the gentleman who ran the group. It was supposed to be a 50-50 agreement. He posts on Facebook how much he made on this real estate deal, and I sent him a simple text going, what happened to our 50-50 agreement? Next day when we get on a Zoom, Mr. Hyde showed up. He's saying I'm calling him a liar, a thief, and everything else. I'm like, you paid me $5,000 less than you should have. He goes to put my mastermind on hold for 6 weeks, and I told him I'm not a human yo-yo. He goes, well, you're out of my real estate group. Okay, there goes my cash cow. I'm a student of Thinking into Results by Bob Proctor. My coach, Susan Ma, gets on a Zoom with me 7 a.m. the next day, and she's like, I need you to move. I need you to find a new real estate group, and I need you to start your own company ASAP. I'm like, Susan asked me to lose 10 pounds. It'd be so much easier. So in March of 2022, I started www.thetrustisyou.com. I can help people. I can help all U.S. investors no longer pay any taxes on any profits, and all 1099 income earners save 90% on federal income taxes, and 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. My first property in the trust was a bank-owned property I paid $20,000 for in my LLC. Had to do 2 bills of sales to get into the trust, and it wasn't going to go to auction until COVID restrictions were lifted. I knew it was supposed to start at $50,000. That $30,000 spread at 24% tax bracket, I would owe $7,140. When it finally went to auction on August 28th of 2021, the final bid was $64,326. Woohoo! Without lifting a hammer, I made $44,326, but more importantly, at 24% tax bracket, I got to save $10,382 in capital gains I'll never have to pay back. I took that money and put it into more real estate, over and over again. The Beneficial Spendthrift Trust is for all investors. You will stop paying the following taxes. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains when you sell something at a profit. Short-term capital gains are between 10% to 37%, depending on your tax bracket, and affect you if you're an options trader, a crypto trader, a forex trader, you're wholesaling, you're fix and flipping, doing auction houses, or tax liens. Long-term capital gains are a year or more and are either 15 or 20% when you sell your business, sell an investment property, or you sell a baseball card. You'll no longer pay interest income taxes. So if you're a passive investor, if you're in a REIT, if you're in mutual funds, if you're doing subject to real estate, if you're doing the BRRRR strategy, if you're doing, oops, I hit the wrong button, bad Sally, BRRRR strategy, or if you're doing subject to, or I have notes, creative financing, or Forex investor. Yes, Forex investors, you get taxed twice. You need to know about the Spendthrift Trust. As an example, one house I did a subject to for where I made $145,000 in profit at 24% tax bracket, I got to save $34,600. You'll no longer pay dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're a futures trader, a commodities trader, or you're living off of dividends. One of my clients, a husband and wife, he's 70, she's 68. They were doing quite well with dividends. We got to save them over $72,000 a year just in dividend income taxes. And I said, are you paying IRMA surcharges? He had no idea. She's like, oh, yes, we're paying over $400 per person per month. With the Spendthrift Trust, and whoever's doing the damn things, please stop doing that. They got to save over back to $185. Then you don't have to pay dividend income taxes. You don't have to pay anything for that. You don't pay rental income taxes. You don't have to pay royalty taxes or anything else. I want to make sure everyone knows the beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. Now let's switch gears and go to the business trust. The business trust is for all U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners. If you make at least $100,000 gross per year, you will save 5 figures in taxes no matter where you live. 7 states do not have state income taxes. An example for you. I helped a Virginia salesman. He called me on January 3rd of 2025. He knew in 2024 he made $150,000 in 1099 income. He drove a 10-year-old car. He lived in an apartment with 2 roommates. He had nothing to show for it. He thought he was going to make more money in 2025, but we said, let's just use $150,000 to give us a base for it. Making $150,000 at 90% tax bracket and saving 5.5% in federal income taxes, he got to save $34,587 for all of 2025. He's going to take that $34,000 and he's going to put a down payment on a house in Northern Virginia. Another example that I want to talk to you about. I helped a Georgia insurance agent who made $195,000 in 2024 numbers. This is 2025 tax numbers. He got to save $37,687 for the full year. He didn't start his trust until April of 2025, so per month he got to save $3,140. Again, he can put that back into his business. He could pay off his mortgage. He can buy a new vehicle. He could take his family on a well-deserved vacation. He could give to his favorite charity or save for retirement. I know this sounds too good to be true. Save taxes, but you're also going to save in 3 other ways. You're going to keep your information completely private because it will not hold any LLCs, S Corps, or C Corps, because those are in each state is different. You're going to keep all lawsuits become frivolous because all your assets are in a titanium vault. If you want to find out more, I have a free masterclass at www.thetrustisisyou.com. Please go out there, watch my free video, set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me so I can show you how much you could be saving year after year, generation after generation. Worst case scenario, your great-great-grandson in 2095 decides you were crazy and cancels the EIN number in the trust. Your great-great-grandson will be responsible for any taxes that he could have saved in 2095, but anything saved in 2026, 2027, 2030, 2035, 2040, 2050, 2080, all of that he'll never have to pay back. This is legal. It's in the IRS tax code 643B. If you remember 13 years ago when Hillary Clinton debated Donald Trump and she accused him of not paying taxes, and he said because he was intelligent, his dad started this trust in 1972 after Frank and Donald Trump got sued by the city of New York. Yes, our president is a trust baby. So please go out to my free website, www.thetrustisisyou.com, download, watch my video, and then set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. Have a beautiful week and take care. Tax breakthrough session with me. Have a beautiful week and take care.